this is our normal setup. So when I first bring everything out, I get my power supply first. So I get my long yellow extension cord, and I put it in this bottom port right here. Now you have to test it. You'll be able to test your wire to see if the light is on the receiving end. Just like this. So after that, I run my big extension cord, my power supply strip, to about right here. Then I plug it in. Then I put my speakers on my pole. Now I run each 2 power strips to each side of the speakers because they require power supply. So I tie these in like this, run it around the hooks, and plug it in and make sure they're off. Then I do the same thing for this side. Next, I put my monitors in place, and you can show them what it is. So you have it right about this side. Then after that, I take out the mixer and the amplifier that's in this book bag. Okay? Then I power them up. It comes in right here. And then I use my power strip, additional power strip, to power up the keyboard, the amplifier, and the mixer.
Good morning.
Then I finally check it into the same box. And you find another power supply. Another power supply cord, and plug your amplifier in. And then it plugs in just like everything else does. Right. Now, since my power supply is in, you make sure your power is in first. Everything turns on first. Then I start plugging up my speakers. This is a LXR cable, a microphone cable. This goes into each side of your speaker. These speakers, since they are power speakers, they do not take, they do not need a power amp because power amps are inside of themselves. Now, this is a male side of the LXR cables. Anytime you see a male side, they have the 3 prongs. What I do is, to save the life of the cord, spare the life of the cord, I always loop my hose in the hooks. And then I plug in this one, channel 2. And the volume is all the way set. Now with the female side, I do the same. I find on this board right here, you come closer. Depending on the side of where the speaker is, I'm going to plug the female side into the right out. Then you securely plug it on. And then you do likewise on the other side, which I'm going to show you. So for the speaker cables, I use the LXR cable, with the black tips. It always helps eliminate the struggle when cables are properly wrapped. And then, just like I did on this side, you plug it in, wrap it around the hook, plug it in channel 1. Now, it's important to understand on these speakers, since they were used speakers when we bought them, each side is assigned a separate input, so we can't make any mistakes. So tape is on that side because one channel doesn't work on that speaker, but on this speaker, tape will be on this side, so you'll be able to just plug it in on one input. Then likewise, just like you did on the other side, you're gonna come around and put this female on your left side, just like this. Perfect. Now, for your monitors, see, this cable is called a 1/4-inch speaker cable. This is what it looks like. Now, on this board only has one monitor out. So what I do is you plug the left side into the mono send. Then you come around. Then I plug that into channel 1 on the amplifier. And I use the other 1/4 inch I put this in right out. Put it right here, right side out, and this allows me to power the other side of the monitor. So you have two sides, the left and the right. So you plug this side into channel 2. Now, for this next step, now we have sound coming from the mixer to the power amp. Now, our next step is you always make sure the cables is properly. So you don't want to run in situations like this. This is bad. And this can potentially damage that cable. That's right. So this cable is called a banana cable, a banana to LXR cable. Now, it's important to understand when you plug this in, it's not an ordinary cable. The banana tip is a factory-made adapter to make two cords work at once. So this is a banana cable. So since you have sound coming from the mixer to the amplifier, you need sound now coming from the amplifier to power the passive monitors. Now these monitors are called passive monitors because they do not have power amps inside of them like our speakers right here. So now you come closer. So now with these, you have to take this in and then place it, unscrew it enough to have it tightly in, and then tighten up each side. And then you take your side of your 1/4 inch and make sure all your pieces are screwed on tightly. And then you wrap it around just like the other speakers, and put it in the port just like that. And likewise for the other side. And now the next step we'll go to is powering in our microphones. So you're going to repeat the same step for this side, plugging it in this side and plugging it in that monitor. So we'll fast forward to the microphones. So we have all of our microphones will be in this box, our handheld dynamic microphones. But our lapel microphone that our pastor uses is always kept in this bag. So this is the receiver. You put your box on this side and try to share the space. Plug it in. Your power supply. Plug it in the strip right here. Then you get a 1/4-inch cable, which is this gold one. And you plug this into the 1/4-inch plug in the back. Then you plug this one into channel 1. So you're gonna put line 1 right here. Right? Now for your next cables, we use is another LXR cable. Depending on how many singers there is, and according to when that blows, we try to eliminate inputs so it's easier to break down. So you plug this male into this female in channel 2. And then you have microphone 2. Now we're going to move over to setting up the keyboard. We're like at 20 minutes, right?
12.
So we have the stand. So you raise it until you untwist, to loosen, to adjust, and you twist back. So since we don't have a sound tech, I'm the sound tech and music guy. So I keep my keyboard next to my sound, so it'll be easier to adjust. So I'll put this right here, stand on right here, and I'll use another 1/4-inch cable, which the white has the white tip right here, and I plug this in the back on this side right here. And then I plug this in channel 3. Well, channel 4. I'll move it to channel 5. Now, I'll take my power supply and I'll plug this in here. This is a 12 volt. And then I put my power and my strip. Now, here is one more piece for the keyboard. It's the sustain pedal. I plug this into the sustain jack. And then I place that. Now, for one final step, we'll use it. Oh. One final step. The lapel mic is always in this top zipper part. Now, always keep that right here. You have to make sure fresh batteries are in this. Every other use. And now for my MP3, I plug this in. I bought an iPhone adapter, so this is hooked in. So you take the other side and you plug this into channel 4. Now you turn everything on. You power on your mixer first, and you power on, you come on this side. You power on the amplifier. And the last step, power on your speaker. And then you'll see the lights come on. And then the next step. And then test your microphone. So you make sure you come over here. You make sure everything, come around. You make sure everything is at 0 ohms and 0 ohms. Then we have to make sure power. If this amplifier and the mixer doesn't come on, you have to turn on the the power strip that brings the power to the mixer. Okay. Then we test our microphones. You take it off mute. Then we turn it down or turn it up accordingly. And that's how we do our sound. And same thing for the keyboard. We turn everything off and turn everything on. And then if it's too loud, if you hear ringing in it, just turn it down. And that's how we do our sound. And then wrapping it up, that's another video after we do this.